Mona has gathered quite the mid reputation during Genshin Impact's 5-year run. But today, we'll be putting the Sweat Mage to the test to see if she's really as bad as people think. Welcome to Genshin Impact Flops, a series where the worst of the worst battle it out to see who's the hottest piece of garbage.
The stars are fading.
Alright, let's have a quick rundown of Mona's abilities. Her normal attacks are really nothing special. She's a Hydra Catalyst, so if you need a Hydra on-fielder, you can on-field Mona. She works just fine for that. Mona's skill is a taunt that hits enemies once every second and has a big explosion at the end. Now, this ability does have an issue. It only generates particles at the end of the skill, not at the beginning. So Mona ends up not catching her own particles most of the time, which makes her energy requirements a bit high. To give a bit of a visual representation of that, as you can see, it hits, it hits, it hits, and then by the end, it gives you the energy. In most of her teams, you're gonna have the on-fielder by the time the last hit occurs. So Mona's Burst does two things. It applies Illusionary Bubble and applies Omen on the enemies. Omen will make enemies take more damage, 60% to be specific, while the Illusionary Bubble is going to be immobilizing small enemies, and once it gets popped, it will do big damage. So it's a bit hard to explain, but if I can just show it here on these holy churros, I can just
Written in the
burst.
stars.
As you can see, they go up in the sky, and if I hit them, they took 13k, didn't crit, and there was no reaction, but that's kind of what it does. Mona's Burst is her most important ability, right? You want it to be leveled up, especially if you're using it for support and not main DPS, and even if you're using it for main DPS. But for support, this is your big thing. Everything else, it really doesn't do much. If you look at her Ascension passives, they really don't do much. She gets Hydro damage bonus. Really nothing that is that relevant in terms of talents. This is your big ability. Level this up. Go off of this. Before we get into the actual showcase, let's look at Mona's weapon options. Normally, you're going to be playing support Mona. If you are playing support Mona, you should use Throwing Tails. Or if you really, really need the energy, if Favonius Codex is fine, but 48% attack is a big deal. If you're playing her as a main DPS, you can do Lost Prayers. Any static really works. I was using Lost Prayers for the crit rate, and that's kind of it for weapons. Her artifact sets, you can use, again, Mona is a pretty flexible unit. She doesn't have a main set. You can use Malicious if you're using her with Farina. You can use Noblesse. You can use Tenacity. You can use the one forgotten best set in the game, Emblem. And those are kind of the main ones. For main DPS, I believe Nymph Stream is your best option, but it is really not that much of a big deal or a damage increase over any of the other ones. And so, with all of that being said, let's start off with Mona support, go into DPS, and place her on tier list. See y'all at the end of the video. So let's give this team a test against this domain. We're in the new, not tried, artifact. I wonder
Shadows of
if this team can one cycle this guy. God damn, okay. This team obviously favors, I thought a burst style Kirk would be better. And that's why we're doing more burst style-ish for the buff duration. Because Mona's only lasts for 5 seconds, so it'd be more of a 3 second on Skirk. That was my fastest clear. Like by far. My fastest clear of that. And I was using what was his name? Dahlia before. I wonder, I've already cleared floor 12 with Skirk, second half, but I was using Dahlia. So I wonder, is this gonna be easier? Because that was way, way easier than any other Iskofi team. And I've tried Molani, I meant Skirk team. I've tried Molani, Skirk. I've tried all the Skirk teams besides the Mono ones. And that was, that actually got me a little bit excited. I thought this would last way longer. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same rotation I did against the domain one. Where is he? I genuinely have no idea how this boss works. Like, this is kind of crazy, no? I'm not doing the C1 combo. I know that the C1 combo is different. But I'm gonna try to avoid it. Come on! I think this rotation I don't have the... And just like that. Damn! I think I can clear the entirety of Abyss with this team, no problem. I'll do it! Of the rest, I'll just include the relevant moments, because that is crazy. Also, I picked the 20% burst damage increase. It isn't that big of a deal, but it is relevant, so there you go. Alright, let's see if this works again. No way, she has 220 energy recharge, be serious. Why is the boss less tanky than this fucker? God damn, what is this guy made out of? Like, I don't have my buffs, but like, you know. Let's do it again. This time properly. Huh. This boss is tankier. This guy is tankier than the boss. What? Is it just me? Another one of him? I want to have my big burst for the last boss, but it's not looking like I will. Okay, hold on. Please wait. Farina Escovy, chill out. Okay. And let's go kill the last boss, I guess. That was pretty easy. In general, it's a one try thing, right? And this is my first time using this team. So you'd expect it to be more difficult.
Force authorized.
Alright. This guy should get wrecked. It destroyed his shield. Just her burst. This her review. But no, for real, the Dahlia team just does not do this. Like, this is a Mona team thing. Oh my god, that is crazy. This could have been one rotation very easily. Like, that is crazy. As a support, so far, this was smooth sailing. I had to reset, I think, once because I was stupid. And I, like, misclicked. Okay, so as a support, do I need to try her on other things? Like, this is her best niche. But since my Farina is C1 and my Skirk is also C1, let's do it with C0
Anytime,
characters
any
like
place.
Malwika.
Is it time to go?
Let's do a team. What would be a good team? I just want to see her burst number, like Malwika's burst number. That is all. All right. So after that, I'm expecting big things from Mona. When DPS Mona disappoints me, I'm gonna test out DPS too. Don't worry about it. Just give me a second. Alright, so I think Malwika, this isn't a real team. I just want to see how strong it would be.
The light will never die.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Oh my god, what is this, dude?
Decided by destiny.
Rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge!
I stand
800k, that's good!
and purge the darkness.
You know what? On a vape, that's really good. Yeah, it's not realistic or anything, but 800k is pretty decent. Alright, alright, alright. I think this is enough from support Mona. Let's now do DPS Mona. And I think you can do it with this team. And I'm going to. This is the team that I'm going with. There are 2 teams with Malwika that I want to try. Alright, so here are my Mona stats for the DPS Mona. I have Shalonen on Center City. It doesn't matter what the stats really are. Benedona Blessed. I can put her in like, what was it called? Instructors, but I'm not going to. It's not going to make that big of a difference, I don't think, at least. Let's see. Is this going to be good damage? Also, the concept of having to do the first half every single time. Goddamn. So this team should be pretty easy to pilot, right? You would think so? Did I not hit him again? Where are you?
Everybody stand.
Light it up! Grasp from
I don't want to vape Malwika. You could.
Written in the stars.
You very much could. But I don't want to. I want to just see Mona numbers. Okay, I'm vaping Malwika here.
Destiny.
Ay, ay, ay. That is a team of all time. Even if you vape Malwika, like, you could get the 800k from Malwika, but that would be like Malwika carrying the team. And I don't want to do that. Right? You can, with this team, get the 800k that I just showcased, and also have the Mona on field. So this is a team that you could do. I did not like its performance in that it sucks against this boss, right? Because it's like circle impacted. You cannot activate Shalonen fast enough. Let's go back to our test dummy, this dude. And just see the damage on him, because I don't think this is a real team. This is like the potential man of teams, right? Like, it may seem good, but it's really not. Let's do the big rotation that I was talking about. So we're going to start off something like this.
Fate is upon you.
burn it down! Light up the blazing sun!
But yeah, as you can see, it is really I'm a weaker team. Like, the moment I switch,
Shadows of fate.
she applies too much Hydro at C6.
Curses.
Yeah, she applies too much Hydro at C6. I can start it off with my weaker skill for Shalonen.
Delve into destiny. Decided by destiny.
I could burst and then skill. So I can have more uptime for Mona. Yeah, you're not going to be vaping too many hits because it's inconsistent. But I think I just saw a 46k with a vape charge attack. Yeah, I don't know about this team.
Let's light it up!
If you do the new Malwika cancels and stuff, sure. But it, again, would be a Malwika team. Like, as you can see, the rotation would be something like this. And you'd want to build more energy recharge on Mona, so you're losing even more damage on Mona. This would be better with TTDS Mona. I don't like it. But it's an option. If you really like Mona and you want a strong team, go with Skirk, in my opinion. You could just do burst, switch to Mona, wait for the skill on Mona. It'd be similar to this, but stronger. And less... It would have less requirements from Mona. Because that team just works with any 4th Hydra, to be honest. The other team that I was thinking about was a team where we're going to be focusing on having kind of a burning aura on the team. So I want to have
Follow me
Miss Ma'am,
and
Lalma,
bask in the soft light of the moon.
in here. I want to see, is burning going to make it better in any way? We're not doing the burst Mawika thing. We're not vaping Mawika's burst. We're not doing that. Like, we're not focusing on her bursts getting vaped.
Receive my blessing. Rise with the sun. Light of the blazing sun.
Fate is upon you.
Wonderful to get Mawika the unit you are. Ooh, 70k. That was decent. 70k. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. We got a 70k there. Still not a great team. Yeah, I think... I don't know what I think.
Let me strike a pose. Let the world come on. Bring it.
Let the magic flames boil. Light it up. Pyroclastic surge.
Written in the stars.
Okay, 40k. Was that was probably Farina. Okay, that seems to be Farina as well. The numbers are mixed, but this team is doing good damage, no?
Many brave names I can burn it down. Light of the blazing sun.
Fate is upon you. Shadows of fate.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm not mad. Okay, you know what? This team is serviceable. This team is serviceable. Ignore the 1 minute. This team is it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We'll do an Escoffi team. And I think that will be it for testing out our teams. Alright.
Delve into destiny. Shower your face.
Escoffi burst.
Quietly now.
Long.
You're about to get dicey.
Decided by destiny.
Good luck deciphering who's doing what. What is happening? Okay, this is better for like general team damage, but this is Escoffi. This is Escoffi Farina.
Frosting.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna use Farina. Let's just do it like okay. Oh, Escoffi power. It's 2 minutes because I was changing up stuff. It's actually way less. I think this was the fastest. Like it's almost 1 rotation. Damn. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? I think the takeaway is you get Escoffi if you like Mona. And if she's not C6, I don't see main DPS Mona ever being a thing. The reason her C6, I think, has DPS like interesting DPS potential, is she does give herself damage with her buffs, right? Like the 15 crit. It doesn't exclude her, right? And this gives her damage to her charge attack, and this gives her also more damage to her charge attack. So yeah, I think this is outside of C6. I don't see her being a good main DPS. With C6, I don't see her being a good main DPS currently. Maybe in the future something is gonna change that. We will see. I really do like Mona. I came back to her with Not Cry. So far, her main issue for me is her clunk. She feels very clunky to play. But she is kind of enjoyable in a mage-like way. Now let's go to placing our tier list. First of all, I placed Malwika in SS tier because I think she's a good benchmark, but now let's get to placing Mona on a tier list. Personally, if this included her vibe, her lore, her design, then Mona would be S tier for me. But her gameplay and her current teams do drag her down to B tier. The sad truth is, Mona just does not have perfect synergy with any of the current units. Her on field playstyle, which seems to be kind of something that they're trying to pull her a little bit towards with both her talents and two of her constellations. Her biggest con is her C6, and it's a buff to her charge attack damage. And that charge attack playstyle just isn't that good, right? 160% damage is fine, but to get to it, you have to just run around for a while. It's not great. And if you play on the C2 playstyle of just normal attacking, and once in a while you're going to hit with the random charge attack that triggers, it has only a 20% chance to trigger every 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds, you're going to spend like 2 seconds attacking for a charge attack to trigger. So every 7 seconds, you get one charge attack that you can't even react in most teams. It's all up to chance. And that would be an interesting mechanic. But again, none of the current off-fielders take advantage of that. The only place where this works is in Iskofi teams or Monohydro. But those Monohydro is dead in the water, right? And Iskofi is just way better with other units. You can on-field Skirk. You can play Nouvelette. Hell, you can play Molani, right? Molani's supposed to be in Vape, but her freeze is better than Mona. Either way, Mona is not that bad. She's actually good. You can fit her in the Skirk team that I tried. That was the best Skirk team I've ever played. I am for sure switching to just playing Mona Skirk all the time. I'm making the switch. I'm even changing her weapon and changing her build a little bit to accommodate for Mona. So that's kind of my takeaway. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did reach this far, please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and give me your opinion. Do you think my placement for Mona is correct? If you don't think it's correct, tell me why. What are your thoughts on her? And what character would you like me to review next? I was thinking I'd do Eula, but after trying her for a little bit, I don't want to play her at all. Maybe that's a little bit of a teaser. So yeah, see you on the next one.